Hey guys, it's Dry Your Hands with Robert, back with another Trip Reports with Robert series. I am in downtown Chicago. We're going to the Quincy CTA station, taking the Orange Line to Midway. And at Midway, we're going to take Southwest flight number 1621 all the way to Seattle, Washington. This is my first, actually second Southwest experience, and can't wait to see what it will bring.
Here we are entering the historic Quincy CTA station. Serves the Orange Line to Midway and the Loop, the Purple Line on weekday rush hours from Linden to the Loop, and the Pink Line from 54th and Cermak to the Loop. So those trains all go to the Loop. Here is a nice view out the platform. And here comes our train. When we first arrived at the station, the next train, run number 709, was 7 minutes away, but we picked up train 713, which was 18 minutes away at that point. But here we go. Approximately 35 minutes on this train, and we will be at Midway. This will be my first time flying out of Midway, as I've always flown out of O'Hare. In fact, we were looking for a flight out of O'Hare, but due to all this craziness and the hundreds of flights being canceled everywhere, especially in the upper Midwest, there were no Southwest flights out of O'Hare. So we had to go down to Midway instead. If you look closely as we depart State Lake, we could see the Chicago Theater. And there's the J. Pritzker Pavilion. Beautiful architecture and beautiful Christmas tree in front of that. This is a small sample of what we've seen at a few of our stops. Actually, we got a handful of pigeons on the platform. Very nice. And now, as you can see, this train actually banks to the left as it curves. It also banked to the right before that. If you look in the distance there, we have the St. Charles Airline Bridge on the right and the south end of the Chicago River on the left, the bridges. We're south of the Chicago skyline right now. And if you look closely, we have a Amtrak Lincoln service train with Siemens Venture cars being led by a Dash 8 and a Siemens Charger in tow in the rear. I may want to do a Lincoln Service Missouri River Runner trip report from Chicago all the way to Kansas City sometime in the near future. Anyways, 35 minutes later, and we have made it to the airport.
The new 7000 series for the CTA. Nice hidden gem right there. These will be more common in the future. is great, but we're met with these bad news. Well, not necessarily bad, but we are delayed 2 hours out of Midway. So, absolutely, we're still gonna make the best out of it and look for any hand dryers. And look, there's literally nobody in the security line. Understatement in a nutshell.
I did not check any restrooms outside the secured area until we went through security. Everything had Scott paper towels, but this and an ABO4 in this next clip were my two only hand dryer finds. The ABO4 was in the men's, there was a DB in the women's, and both of these were in Concourse A. Just about 10 till 6 p.m. Our flight is delayed 2 hours, so we had just over 3 hours to kill here at this airport. I checked all the restrooms. Almost all of them had cowards except for 2 restrooms in the secured area. I never checked any bathrooms before we went through security. One had a DB and the other had an ABO4 with a DB in the woman's. So that's my dryer log here at the airport, and I am excited for this vacation. We're still gonna make the most out of it, even though it's not by train. I wanted to take this specific trip to Seattle by train for so many years, but we know we can always go back, like not even a year later. So yeah, we will be flying Southwest, and hopefully we're gonna get some funny guys on here. Not too long ago, someone made an announcement about the captain needing to be on a flight before 6, and she was being pretty funny. By that I mean, she was saying like, you gotta get on and take a seat. So, all in all, I hope this flight will be uneventful the rest of this trip in across the country. We are on a 737 MAX 8, and these are the emergency and safety diagrams. Ironically, most of the safety procedures described in the demonstrations, except for the tray table up, seat back up, seatbelt on, it's all about like in the event of an emergency. Small leg room, small tray table. It doesn't go all the way down when I have my legs crossed, but here's the safety demonstration.
In every single seat back or literature pocket in front of you, you will find this beautiful safety information card. Take it out, look it over, and follow along if needed. To properly fasten your attached seatbelt, slide the flat end into the buckle to release lift up on the buckle. Seatbelts should be worn tight and low across your hips anytime you are seated on this aircraft. This particular aircraft comes equipped with 8 emergency exits if needed, 2 forward exit doors, 4 over-the-wing window exits, and 2 exit doors in the back. Signs overhead with beautiful photoluminescent mood lighting along the floor will lead you to all exits. If an evacuation is necessary, as always, follow all flight attendant commands, and you must leave everything. In the unlikely event of a water evacuation, you are provided with this beautiful take-home souvenir located underneath every single seat. To get to it, you're going to pull on a red strap to remove a pouch. From the pouch, remove the vest. Place the vest over your head. Wrapping the strap around your waist, buckling in the front, and pulling to tighten. Once outside and only outside the aircraft door, pull down on the red tab to inflate. To manually inflate, you can blow into the red tube at your shoulder. He's also coming equipped with the light at the shoulder that is water activated. For use of a life vest on an infant, refer to your safety information card. If additional life vests are needed, flight attendants will distribute those accordingly. This aircraft is also equipped with life rafts. We have 2 forward and 2 mid-cabin if needed. Your flight attendants are going to be coming to the cabin to ensure seatbelts are securely fastened and visible. Seat back tray tables, full upright locked in most uncomfortable position, and all those carry-on items. 2 bags for free only on Southwest Airlines, all the way properly stowed underneath that seat in front of you, leaving the area around your seat entirely clear. As always, this is a non-smoking flight. Please do not ever smoke in any of our spacious aircraft lavatories. Federal law prohibits you from tampering with, disabling, or destroying any smoke detector on board. Federal aviation regulations require passenger compliance with latest passenger information signs, posted placards, and as always, only uniformed crew members' instructions, including such things as seatbelts and smoking. E-cigarettes are also prohibited during any phase of flight. And if you manage to bring your own alcohol on board and haven't drank it already, good for you. That's some constraint, but it must remain sealed and stowed throughout the duration of this flight. And final chapter, you keep on ignoring us is the oxygen system on board. Although we never anticipate a change in cabin pressure, but that way our life's going, you never know. And if one should occur, more oxygen masks will drop down from that secret hidden compartment up above. To activate the flow of oxygen, immediately put down your cell phone, stop screaming, pull down one of the masks until the plastic tubing is fully extended. Place the mask over your nose and your mouth, secure the elastic straps, and obviously please continue breathing. Although oxygen will be flowing, your plastic bag may not inflate, but you are still receiving oxygen, and please only continue wearing the mask you chose and are otherwise notified only by a uniformed crew member. If you are lucky enough to be traveling with a child today, good luck. Anyone else needing special assistance acting like a child or a man, please ensure your mask is securely on first before helping anybody else needing assistance second. As always, ladies and gentlemen, we are here for your safety and for your comfort. If there is anything we can do to make this 3-hour and 55-minute flight more enjoyable, please just inform our 2 wonderful pilots upon our arrival today into Seattle. Sit back, relax, take a wonderful nap. Welcome aboard Southwest Airlines, ladies and gentlemen, and once again, thanks for toughing it out with us. We sure do appreciate it. We do have a start to the new year, so let's hope it goes up from here. Welcome aboard Southwest Airlines.
And immediately after the safety demonstration, we are pushing back. We were delayed for another, I would say, 15 or 20 minutes with some last-minute paperwork saga that had to be situated before we could get on the road. Not necessarily on the road, but in the air. So the flight attendant said they dimmed, in quotation marks, the cabin lights, but they literally turned them off. Alright. Here we go. We will be in the air for approximately 3 hours and 55 minutes. And up and away we go. Unfortunately, I hear this flight isn't going to be as great turbulence-wise. How puny this bathroom is, this lavatory. Alright, we are starting to descend into SeaTac. So you can see out here the rain. Typical Seattle weather. But you can actually see it up here, which is pretty nice.
Not long later, we make our way out of the clouds, and here we can see the neighboring suburbs of Seattle. Remember, SeaTac Airport is, I believe, about 45 minutes or so. Well, that's how long my Link train ride took from the airport to downtown. But anyways, this was a pretty brutal descent as we were dodging a wind and rainstorm.
So we would like to be the first to finally be able to welcome you into Seattle this evening. Please remain seated with those seatbelts securely fastened, your seat backs and your tray tables remaining in their full upright launch position, and all of those carry-on items still stowed. Continue now using those cell phones if they are within reach. You need a battery left to let your family and friends know that you arrive safely and very, very smoothly, courtesy of Southwest Finest. If you are... Nope, this is the termination of this flight number. So please do dig down deep in those seat back pockets, check the area all around your feet. Please gather all of those personal items. When my ex-husband brings this aircraft up to the gate and makes an absolute complete stop and the fasten seatbelt sign gets turned off, that is your only indication to get up. But please do be careful in opening those overhead bins. Items do tend to shift during flight and could fall out. It certainly has been our pleasure having each and every single one of you on board this evening. We want to thank you for sticking it out, toughing it out with us. We do apologize once again, ladies and gentlemen, for all of this craziness. As always, Mother Nature sometimes does get the best of us, along with some technology hiccups. We must be on dial-up here in Southwest. Come back and see us real soon. And as always, thank all those service members for all the sacrifices they make. Well, welcome to Seattle.
We soon deplaned and started walking over to the Link light rail. This is the one line, to be specific, that we're taking. And I only had time to go in 2 restrooms, one inside the secured area and one at the checked baggage. Both had cowards. It's mostly cowards, but I hear they also have Dyson taps and Bradley World Dryer Verde Dries. Anyways, we are heading north. The northernmost destination of the one line is Northgate. And here it is. If I recall correctly, there's 3 sets of married pair cars. But here we go. The overhead screens remind me of the Venture cars. And here, of course, is a map of the stops. The train runs through the middle of the road for a part of the trip. Martin Luther King Jr. way, to be specific. Now here is the skyline of downtown Seattle. You see on the left those beautiful colors, that is T-Mobile Park. Here is a closer view of it right there. And then coming up soon we have Lumen Field, which is the home of the Seattle Seahawks right there. We're actually going to see a Seahawks game on New Year's Day, which I'm super excited for. Hopefully the Seahawks come out with a big win. Not long later, we detrained at Pioneer Square and headed over to the Courtyard by Marriott Pioneer Square for a 6-night stay. I hope you enjoyed this trip report, and I will see you sometime soon. Bye.